Learner, guitar players, today we're going to learn how to play your very first guitar solo. It's an A blues solo, so I built this from the A blues scale. If you want to learn the scales and some other technique, I'll link some of those videos below in the description, as well as a link to my Patreon up here in the notes as well, where you can get a backing track and tabs for this lesson and all your tutorials. New guitar every Monday, ukulele Wednesday and Saturday. Grab the guitar brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's learn your very first solo. Okay, so if you play through those first two measures, we get 1 pola, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. So we got the first measure. Second measure, 7th fret of the G string to 5, back to 7, but we're gonna go 1 and 2, 8th notes. Now use your ring finger, but have your index finger down, so you can just go do, do, do. And then with those 3, we're gonna give them some vibrato. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Cheating. So it's 1 pola, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, 2 ways to play this. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna play it. 7th fret, and I'm bending up to 8. I want it to sound like this. So bending up is one note, and then back down is another note. So you can think about this like 8, 7, pull the 5, and then ring finger 7th fret of the D string. 1 pola 2, 1 pola 2. If that's too hard, you could go 8, 7, 5, 1 pola 2, because that's what I'm doing. I just love the bend, pull. Just a lot of ornamentation. Your 5 ornamentations are bend, slide, pull, hammer, vibrato. And each one should be practiced. If you're a total beginner, like this is geared towards beginners in this style, I'll link some extra lessons that focus on each one of those ornamentations in the description. So you can practice each one individually, build confidence, and then come back and apply those later. But again, if those are too tricky, just 8, 7, 5. And maybe you could do 8 slide to 7, and then 5 triple it, or 8 slide 7, then pull, if you can't bend. So experiment with that as well, if maybe bend is the only one you struggle with. After that, we are going to launch into a and this is going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. You don't always want to finish on a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Finishing on the and adds interest, right? Now this is again a beginner solo, so a lot of it's just everything on the 1. Later when you're learning solos though, don't start every phrase on the 1. Well, I'll show you in the next phrase what I'm talking about. But also don't always land on a downbeat, a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Land on an and every now and then. 1 and 2 and. So we put these 4 measures together. We get 1 pola 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 pola 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, very good. Next 4 come up. We're doing that again. Do, do, do. Over the D7. It's a D note, a C note, and a D note. A D7 has a D note, a C note. So we're just playing do, do, do in the scale, but chord or notes that are also in the chord. And that's called playing with the changes. I'll link some of that stuff below as well too. By staying in the scale, but hitting notes that are in this chord, our solo follows the chord changes in progression, which really sounds more professional. Do, 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 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now the next phrase though, we're playing 4 here, and that's what I'm talking about. Not everything needs to start on the 1. So we're gonna play the 5th fret of both the B and the E strings. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3. 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. And they're triplets. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. Triplet, triplet, 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. Loving that. And so that is just a cool scale run that happens over the D7. It finishes on an A note, but an A note is also in our D7. How cool is that? So we get do 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 3, 4, 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. Okay, then we are going to hit up 8 and 9. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 8th fret of the B string with your index, 9 with your middle finger, and slide in from 1 fret down. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right after that, we're going to get a little crazy. So the next measure, we're going to 5, 6, then hit 7 in a triplet. 1 pola. Again, 2 pola, then the 5th fret on the 3rd beat, and then the 7th fret on the 7th beat, or on the 7th beat, on the 4th beat. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. So we would get 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. All 4 of these together. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. All 4 of these together. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 pola, 3, 4. All right, turnaround time. Now I want to keep this, fairly basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Over the E7 and the D7, slide up to the 7th fret. We're in our scale of the A string and play it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6th fret. 5th fret 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Then hit the A on the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right after that A on the 1st beat. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Right after that 1, we're gonna jump back to E on the 2. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 pola. 2 on the 7th fret, 2 on the 6th fret, 2 on the 5th fret, then 3 hammer 4 to the A. Do 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 do. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 pola. 1 pola. After that, 1 pola, you're gonna mute, just tap the fretboard, nothing in particular. Then you're going to play 7 on the A string. So you get triplet, 2, triplet, 2, and. So those whole 4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 pola, 2, and. was it, folks. That is the first guitar solo for you. I hope you dig it. Fairly easy. You can definitely build off this, learn the scale, how to add it. But mostly at this point, really what you want to do is try to get the vibe of playing in time. Most beginners, once they learn the scale, they know what notes to play, but they have trouble making it sound musical. A lot of that's rhythm. So just get it in time, build confidence, and then go from there. A great place to continue your work is on my Patreon. Cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. Catch you next Monday, Ukulele Wednesday and Saturday.